So you'll find your boiler within the boiler housing unit inside the kitchen. Now there's a few dials in here, and I'll quickly explain what each of these dials do. So the dial with just the tap icon controls the temperature the water comes out of the taps when you've got the hot tap on. Now in the winter you might have to turn this dial up just a little bit more because the water that feeds the street comes in colder than in the summer. The next one, you've got the radiator icon. Now this is the temperature of the radiators to touch. So the higher you turn it, if you're drying things on your radiator, the faster they're going to dry because the radiators will be hotter. And the final dial, which is what we call the summer winter dial, is this one here. So I can change it between the boiler off, the tap only icon, or the radiator and tap icon. Now, if I change it to the tap icon only, that means the boiler is only heating up the water in the home. So we often use that for summer when you don't need any central heating. But usually for the winter, we'll change it to the radiator and tap, so the boiler changes the temperature of the taps and the radiators. Now, in the event you ever get an error code with your boiler, you might often find this if you've ever switched the boiler off by the switch on the wall, but if you do get an error code, a little simple fix that sometimes kind of helps is to press the restart button once. If once you've pressed that and the boiler's still showing the error code, get on to housing customer service and they'll have to send a plumber out to come rectify the issue. A final little note is, and I know everyone hates them little orange lights when you're going to bed and you try to turn everything off, but the one for the boiler switch, if you turn that off, the boiler will have no power to it and thus won't work. So we recommend always leaving that on as long as you're wanting the boiler to give you hot water and central heating.